Well, here's a vacuum I never thought I'd do a video on until the last second. This is a Bissell Cleanview Multi-Cyclonic with one-pass technology, backless upright, and the model on this is 1330. This belonged to a cousin of mine. Sorry, the handle release is broken, but this was used at his condo until he and his family moved out, and my uncle came in to clean everything out and took this with them. And at first they thought they were going to use it for their place until they realized they didn't need it, so they're going to give this to another cousin of mine and her family for them to use at their place. So they brought this down over for me to just do a basic tune-up on this. I mean, nothing major that I would normally do with my machines. So I just cleaned the filters, washed the bin out, and blew out all I can with the air compressor, and other than that, it works. The only issue though with this, or actually two, as you notice, is that the handle release is broken. Like, I mean, it kind of works if you just put the handle release pad right there, but yeah, that fortunately is long gone. And then also the height adjustment plate broke off as well. Since I'll go ahead and show you that, that's the warning label. Only thing that needs is just a new belt because the other one is stretched out, obviously, but it works for the time being. So overall, I don't really care about this vacuum. In fact, I've never really been a fan of Cleanviews myself. But I will say, though, that the more I see these newer Bissells on the market today, the more respect I have for the older ones, like the models that were made by Samsung out in Korea. Yeah, I personally like those a little more than these, but overall these just aren't really my favorites. In fact, I also was never really that much of a fan of Bissell vacuums growing up. I mean, there are only a few I like, but not as much as compared to like Eurekas, Hoovers, and Dirt Devils, obviously. So yeah, Bissell was just never really much of a brand I was that much into, but of course I did like their carpet cleaners, and I would still say though that Bissell would be my fifth favorite department store brand, because I will say though another thing I do like about these older Bissells is that they're definitely nostalgia. So anyways, without that being said, so this particular model has the turbo brush, and it only has the wand and the crevice tool. So that's another thing I don't like about this model, is they downgraded some of the attachments. But I think probably the only thing though I will say I do like this one better than the older models is that I like that the cord hook is on the back instead of on the side. Still though, I wish they'd never put the switch on the side like on the older ones, especially with how much lower it is on this one. Some of these have switches like right here that I definitely much prefer over this. But yeah, just overall, again, it's a vacuum I don't personally care much about, but hey, it works, and pretty much can all agree that any vacuum is better than no vacuum at all, as long as it works properly. But the bottom line is that there are just so many things I don't like about that vacuum, to where I just personally would never own one, no matter how cheap I would come across with. So, of course, that's the plug. If I really wanted to own a vacuum, but I'm super strict like on the budget, I would just prefer to go out and buy a vacuum from a thrift store, because there are definitely some good ones that they come across, or even on social media like Facebook marketing. Like, I would see a whole bunch of top of the line vacuums all over the place, like Kirby's, Rainbows, Sebos, Miele's, Linhouse, etc. So since I'm a skilled technician to where I can clean those up to make it look like brand new, but still that would be a way much better machine than what this would have to offer me. So that being said, let's go ahead and turn this on really quickly. I can get this turned on. Actually, I'll go ahead and show off the turbo brush as well. So another thing I also do like about this model is that it has a bypass valve if this were to get clogged or have dirty filters. But yeah, when I came across with this, the filters were pretty bad. So this one was obviously clogged up pretty good, and this one right here was bad as well. One of the reasons I favor or have more respect for the older models is that they used to have two washable filters, one up in the cyclone area, one like underneath before it gets to the motor. So obviously they made things better by adding extra filtration layers of protection for the motor, but still though, these were generally known to have some motor failures. And no matter how good that you try to clean the filters off, and by replacing the HEPA filters, they just still filter terribly. For a person like me with allergies, they are just not my vacuums I would want to use at all. So anyways, that being said, not much to say, but I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and thanks for tuning in.